The Mary Woodard Lasker Public Service Award honors Mayor Michael Bloomberg for his bold policy initiatives setting a world standard for using public health concerns to propel government action.
My expertise is in convincing people that the science is real and that they can do something about it, and helping them do something about it. I can help people and explain to people and incent people. I don't have to be the scientist to do it.
Through a unique government-public health partnership, Mayor Bloomberg crusades for the health of the people of New York City, our nation, and the world.
I'm hoping they found it in time and the surgery will be a success. Life means a lot.
I don't know what I would do without her.
He asked me just one question. Are you sure that this will save lives? When I said yes, he said, then do it.
What he did is he took what we knew and put it into action.
I've often heard him say that in God we trust, everyone else has to show us the data.
He really believes in the power of public health, and he lives that as mayor.
Well, I started smoking when I was 13, 3 packs a day. And I smoked for 50 years, never figuring that I could get cancer from it.
Knowing these vital public health decisions would save lives, Mayor Bloomberg forges ahead with a multifaceted campaign, undeterred by significant opposition and the initial public response.
Today's bill is an historic event for New York City. Intro 256-A once again puts New York City at the forefront of the global effort to protect workers from the deadly effects of secondhand smoke. We don't prohibit you from smoking. If you want to kill yourself, I guess you have a right to do so. But you don't have a right to kill somebody else, and we say nobody should have to make the decision, my health or my job.
When we got the Smoke-Free Air Act approved by City Council, that also wasn't an easy process. And there were long and difficult negotiations in which the mayor was directly involved in making sure it went through.
I think that government's purpose is to help people live longer, happier lives and be no more intrusive than we have to be. Explaining to people the real hazards of smoking, particularly secondhand smoking, which a lot of people didn't realize.
Mayor Bloomberg's Smoke-Free Air Act addresses the scientific evidence that secondhand smoke can cause changes in the blood and in the heart, which increase the risk of heart attack and stroke.
We are in the midst of a nationwide movement of improving public health, and New York City is rightfully in the lead.
The result of that is going to be at least 100,000 New Yorkers who live longer, healthier lives.
I'm going for surgery now. I might make it and I might not.
Okay, this is the left upper lobe. This is why we're here today. There's the tumor, and basically this is why this woman is sorry that she was ever a smoker. I think that this was entirely preventable. This needn't have happened if she was never a smoker.
You don't have to smoke. All you got to do is not smoke. And people say, oh, I can't not smoke, but that's just, to me, you don't want to live. I can't imagine how somebody who is dying of cancer can look back and say, you know, I knew it was bad, but I needed a cigarette so badly it was worth dying. I don't think so.
The Smoke-Free Air Act is only the beginning of Mayor Bloomberg's battle. The mayor also reduces cigarette smoking by raising the price of cigarettes.
I warned him that there was going to be a lot of opposition, that people would be attacking him personally, that it would be unpleasant. And he looked at me and he said, this is why we were elected and this is what we have to do. And he never wavered from that commitment.
I got a lot of one-finger waves in parades, particularly when I went by bars. Today, people would never, it's inconceivable in New York that they would roll back the smoking ban.
Mayor Bloomberg uses the media to fight smoking, going to the airwaves with anti-tobacco ads to let people know that tobacco is killing them.
Every time you smoke, cigarettes are eating you alive. Smoking eats away at nearly every vital organ and tissue of the body.
With the outstanding success of reducing smoking in New York City, Mayor Bloomberg, knowing he could impact health all over the world, starts a global initiative.
If we don't do a better job of reducing the use of tobacco outside the U.S., we're going to have 1 billion additional deaths, 1 billion preventable deaths by the end of the next century.
Bloomberg undertakes a new initiative for the health of New Yorkers, using scientific data provided by his health commissioner on the detrimental impact of trans fats.
When we proposed eliminating artificial trans fats and mandating calorie labeling, Mike Bloomberg was there to support us all the way.
Beginning July 1st, 2007, all New York City food service establishments and mobile food vendors will be required to switch to oils, margarines, and shortening used for frying or as a spread that have less than 0.5 grams of trans fat per serving. It took very little pressure, actually, to get all of the manufacturers to stop using, and restaurants to stop using trans fats.
By passing legislation addressing illegal gun sales in New York City, Mayor Bloomberg reduces street violence to a 4-decade low.
No other city or state has ever won such an agreement. It is a big step forward in our battle against illegal guns, and it will provide us with broad powers to hold these dealers accountable.
Uniting mayors across the country who daily face the tragedy of gun violence, Mayor Bloomberg leads the fight against illegal guns.
Mayors from across the country understand that this isn't left versus right, it's life versus death.
Using the power of his office, Mayor Bloomberg leads ongoing initiatives based on scientific research for health promotion.
He has incredible courage to do what's right. And that's his appeal, right? He does what he thinks is right.
People think that big cities are dangerous. Well, New York is not, quite the contrary. If you live any place in this country and you want to live longer, move to New York.
I would say that there's been no elected official who's had the impact that he's had, first in the United States and around the world.
Bloomberg has set new world standards for public health, not only through his activities as an elected official, but also by advancing the public's health through enlightened philanthropy.